The Silakyara tunnel collapse in Uttarakhand, trapping 41 workers, raised questions on environmental clearances and public works. While newspapers covered the rescue efforts, TV media remained silent until the workers' prolonged captivity couldn't be ignored. The article links this to a broader issue of media control, discussing the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill 2023. The bill aims to replace outdated laws but is criticized for increasing government powers, lacking transparency, and eroding fundamental rights. The bill extends regulations to online broadcasters, journalists, and creators, prompting concerns about threats and unchecked government authority in the digital age.
Air quality in Indian cities faces serious health hazards due to increased pollution, particularly PM2.5 and PM10 from the transport and construction sectors. With 9 lakh new trucks added annually to a fleet of 70 lakh, these vehicles contribute significantly to pollution, consuming over a quarter of oil imports and causing 90% of road transport CO2 emissions. While India has electrified rail freight, electric trucks face challenges. The demand for 7,750 e-trucks by 2030 could save over 800 billion liters of diesel by 2050, emphasizing the urgent need for a transition to electric trucks and the creation of green freight corridors.
Around 3/4 of registered voters participated in the assembly polls in Rajasthan, a slightly higher turnout than in 2018 and similar to 2013. The voting day was mostly peaceful, with sporadic violence reported in Sikar. The Congress and BJP engaged in fervent campaigning, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasizing Gujjar dissatisfaction with Congress. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot focused on welfare promises, regional identity, and communal harmony. Both parties await 3rd December vote count. The BJP capitalized on the state's voting pattern, emphasizing caste and religion, while the Congress aimed to break the pattern with welfare initiatives. The intense contest provides valuable insights for both parties.
Far-right and anti-Islam populist Geert Wilders' Party for Freedom, PVV, emerged as the single largest party in the Netherlands parliamentary elections, securing 37 seats in the 150-member lower house. Although short of the 76 seats for a majority, Wilders could enter coalition talks and potentially become the country's first far-right prime minister. Wilders, known for radical views such as de-Islamizing the Netherlands, closing mosques, and banning the Quran, capitalized on anti-establishment sentiment. The rise of far-right parties across Europe, including France and Italy, signals a challenge for establishment parties, emphasizing the need for a clear economic and political vision.
The collapse of an under-construction tunnel in Uttarakhand raises concerns about the sustainability of the current development model in the Indian Himalayan region, IHR. The Kar Dham project, part of the National Highway Authority of India's efforts, brings attention to issues such as the carrying capacity of the IHR, environmental clearances, and safety protocols. The article highlights the dangerous nature of construction in the Himalayas, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive dialogue on the region's carrying capacity, including considerations for hydropower projects, tourism, road widening, and debris disposal. The call for international protocols, community involvement, and a new legislative architecture is underscored for sustainable development.
Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and his cabinet have embarked on a 44-day public outreach program, Nava Kerala Sadas, to directly engage with the public, hear concerns, and discuss issues. The opposition United Democratic Front, UDF, has boycotted the initiative, criticizing it as a pre-Lok Sabha election campaign funded by public resources. The UDF deems it elitist and accuses the government of misusing funds and orchestrating support. The initiative has sparked protests, political tension, and court interventions, with both positive and negative perceptions emerging as it progresses through the state.
A UN study reveals that 88,900 women and girls were intentionally killed worldwide in 2022 due to gender-related factors, marking the highest number in 20 years. While the global homicide rate decreased overall, femicide increased. Men constituted 80% of total homicide victims, with women at 20%. Notably, 55% of female victims were killed by family members or intimate partners, highlighting women's vulnerability to gender-related violence within familiar circles. Africa surpassed Asia in femicides for the first time in 13 years. India saw a small decline in gender-based killings, with dowry-related factors being a persistent cause.
Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, faced a $4.3 billion fine from the US government due to protocol failures, breaching sanctions, and lacking an effective anti-money laundering system. CEO Changpeng Zhao resigned after pleading guilty to violating the Bank Secrecy Act, also incurring a $50 million fine. Binance failed to report millions in crypto transactions involving criminal entities, including terrorist groups. The company's inadequate monitoring led to transactions supporting illicit activities. The penalties, marking the largest enforcement action in US Treasury history, aim to ensure Binance's compliance, monitoring, and exit from the US regulatory framework. The exchange's previous legal issues underscore its challenges in adhering to regulations under Zhao's leadership.
On 22 November, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's cabinet passed a resolution seeking Special Category Status (SCS) for the state. The demand arises from findings in the Bihar Caste-Based Survey 2022, revealing nearly one-third of Bihar's population living in poverty. SCS, introduced in 1969 for states facing geographical or socio-economic challenges, grants benefits like favorable funding ratios, customs and excise duty concessions, and tax rate incentives. While Bihar meets most criteria, its lack of hilly terrain is a barrier. The demand addresses the state's poverty, lack of resources, and industrial shifts after bifurcation.
Decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, are revolutionizing the digital world by operating without central control, governed by smart contracts and consensus. DAOs leverage blockchain and cryptocurrencies for transparent, democratic, and self-executing systems, impacting finance, art, and governance. They allow global collaboration with participants proposing and voting on decisions. Use cases include decentralized finance, DFE, art, and supply chain management. DAOs embody decentralization, transparency, inclusivity, and new collaboration forms. Challenges include a 2016 hack and regulatory uncertainties, necessitating ongoing discussions among stakeholders, legal experts, and policymakers to strike a balance between innovation and compliance.
Term insurance emerges as a financially prudent decision for women, with premiums up to 30% cheaper due to lower mortality and morbidity rates. Women statistically enjoy a longevity advantage, leading to decreased mortality risk, making term insurance more affordable. Modern term plans cater to homemakers, eliminating dependency on spouses for coverage. Independent term plans allow homemakers to purchase coverage up to 1 crore rupees with flexible prerequisites. The affordability of plans for women encourages higher adoption, ensuring financial security and meeting family objectives. Premiums are tax-exempt under Section 80C, reinforcing term insurance's role in empowering women economically.
Scientists have visualized plants sensing compounds released by other plants in danger for the first time. When a plant is injured, it releases green leaf volatiles, GLVs, into the air, serving as a warning to nearby plants. While humans find the smell of GLVs pleasant, it signals danger to other plants. Professor Masatsugu Toyota found a way to watch plants respond to these warning signals by using a mutant mustard plant that glows when flooded with calcium, a response triggered when a plant is damaged. This discovery could pave the way to protect crops without pesticides by harnessing plant defense mechanisms.
Piezoelectricity is a phenomenon observed in certain materials like quartz, ceramics, and biological substances, allowing them to generate electric charges in response to mechanical stress. This property arises due to their unique crystal structures, where applying stress distorts the molecules, creating an asymmetry of charges and generating a small electric current. The term piezoelectric comes from the Greek words piezine meaning to squeeze and electron for amber. Some materials also exhibit an inverse piezoelectric effect, converting electric current into mechanical deformation. These properties are widely used in pressure sensors, accelerometers, acoustic devices, and were key to the popularity of quartz watches.